about his mom from Argentina, and I was able to relate my beautiful accent from India. And he offered to join the evyAI call next day. And I joined the evyAI call. Wow, it was amazing. It's like a big family. People who did not even have much of technology experience to the level of a developer. All of them are engaging, talking, helping, and even had events every day to help each other. I did not even think twice. I joined evyAI, and for the last 6 months, about my engagement, how I'm connecting, how I'm posting, you all know. And that's the reason we are having a masterclass with you, with all of you today. I thought that I need to give back to the community, and I asked Joe, can we have a masterclass? He graciously accepted. And about Joe, he's very helping, kind, down to earth. Even I had instances where I wanted to really connect with my leads, and I saw LinkedIn, Joe is a mutual connection. I was able to pick up my phone and call him, and he really helped. So it's unlike many other influencers. We can approach him, we can reach him, he will help. So I would love Joe to introduce himself. Welcome, Joe.
Yay, let's give a round of applause for Latha and just a little bit of gratitude in the chat. Tell me how you know Latha in the chat and what you love most about her as a piece of heart, a piece of gratitude. What do you love most about Latha? How do you know her? Let's acknowledge her for a moment. And before I introduce myself, I just want to ask Latha one question. What changed for you from 2024 till Mike introduced you to evyAI and to us? What changed for you in your business? Besides the fact that you have dozens and dozens and dozens of people here today watching this live as a result of the things that you learned in the past few weeks, past few months, but what changed for you as a human and what your potential is in your business in 2025? Our promise is to help people be able to generate $100,000 in profit. But tell me what changed for you from 2024 to 2025.
My sales pipeline, able to meet a lot of high potential people where I can have a channel partner in my industry with equipment manufacturers. And I cannot even explain how much I'm engaged, how my visibility is. I really, in my sales is government, especially stuff right now. And I'm building a lot of pipelines, and many of them I gave the invoices and ready to pay. That's my situation. Some of them turned them as a client.
Wow. So not only do you have visibility, more comments, more likes, more
Yes.
engagement, more
Hmm.
impressions on your profile, more profile views, but you actually got clients and your
Yes.
pipeline is bigger than it ever was. In 2024, you didn't even know what you were going to do to get clients and you were kind of a little lost. And in
Yes.
2025, you are suddenly like, oh my God, I'm sitting on a gold mine called LinkedIn. And now I have the right strategy,
Mhm.
the right technology, the right community, and the right blessings around me so that I can not only make money, but I could also impact other people. Because what you're doing today for these people here, what they're about to learn is going to transform something for them. They're going to go from being a lurker, hopefully, to being a networker, from being a dabbler to being an influencer. And that's really the goal here, is to help you guys be able to understand that every person here in this room today can do better. You can improve, but you have to have the mindset of growth. Some people have a fixed mindset, and some people commit to having a growth mindset. So are you committed to being fixed, or are you committing to being growth? Are you fixed or are you growth? I'm curious to know where you're at. Let me know in the chat. If you're a growth type of person, you probably want to connect with other people that are growth mindsets as well. And the comment about Argentina, Lynn, my mother had a big struggle because she thought her accent stopped her from making money. And one of our students inside the Evergreen Networking System, my mother hired her to work with her on accent reduction. And it turns out that it wasn't accent reduction that my mother needed. It was the reduction of giving a damn about her own opinion of her accent. Because let me tell you something, Latha. People love your accent. Your accent is sexy. Your accent is wonderful. Your accent is welcome. Your accent makes you unique. It's who you are. It's your vibration. If you change your vibration, you change the noise that comes out of your face. And we want the noise that's coming out of your face right now. We don't want you to sound like a duck, quack, 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 quack. We want you to sound like Latha. And we know what Latha sounds like. Latha, tell us what Latha sounds like. By the way, tell us what you think about what everybody's saying in the comments about how much they love you. How does that make you feel, Latha? Share with us. Make some noise.
Oh, I feel so grateful, so thankful. Literally, I'm feeling so blessed. Thank you, Joe.
Wow, this is such a blessing. And by the way, that's what our community is about. Our community is about blessing. I tell everybody in our community, I want to be a conduit of blessing for the people in my life. What does that mean? That means I want to make referrals for you. I want to connect you with people. Latha, did you receive a referral? Remember when you told me you wanted someone on Amazon? Can you tell everybody if you received a referral from me and what was about, just so that people understand what's possible?
Yes. So I'm in the process of launching a application for all Amazon sellers and Amazon agencies. Amazon helped me and they gave me the APIs and built that. Last little portion is still left because it's a big implementation. I really need to connect with a first agency, which I did not know anyone. And I saw this person in somewhere in California, and I saw Joe as a mutual connection. I texted Joe and he said, I really don't know him, Latha. Within 2 minutes, he gave me the entire text message with that guy and he introduced me through email and he actually accepted me and we are working together now.
Guys,
It's huge.
think about the power of trust building. Think about the power of referrals. Now, if you want more referrals, not everybody wants referrals. If you want more referrals, in the chat, just write, I want referrals, because I'll know those people that actually are open to it. Blessing is something powerful. You have to be open to receiving it. Have you ever given somebody a hug or a handshake and you knew intuitively they didn't want the hug, they didn't want the handshake? I had an ex-wife like that. But I'm just you ever hug somebody and you're like, you know what? Something in my heart tells me this person doesn't want to be hugged. At least not a 20-second hug, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Have you ever felt that? You have to be the one to receive it. So the first lesson is when somebody sends you some blessing, don't just right away give them back a blessing. Take a moment and allow yourself to receive it. Say, I receive it. I receive it. Receive the blessings. It might be uncomfortable to take, but you're not taking, you're receiving. There's a big difference between taking and receiving. Taking is taking something that someone didn't give you. Receiving is accepting a gift. So I receive. It's a big, big lesson that I had to learn because my mother doesn't like to receive. She's uncomfortable with receiving because she looks at it as taking. And it's a big lesson I had to learn from her, seeing that, you know, like when someone wants to pay for your restaurant bill and then she argues and says, let me go to the bathroom real quick. And then she goes to the back and pays, you know, with her sisters. And they're always fighting who's going to pay what, you know, like instead of just my brother wants to pay, receive. I want to pay, my brother receives. It's a next level of just blessing and so on. So if you want referrals, right? I want referrals. Referrals welcome. I want to receive referrals. And, you know, you have to be open to it. And one of the things that Latha did, and Rick also, I see Rick is here, and Barbara and many other leaders in our community that I'm noticing here. One of the things that they do is they educate. So the first lesson is educate your referral partners on how to make referrals. And Mike, welcome. Mike, thank you for making the referral to Latha. And as a result, Latha's making referrals and bringing all these wonderful people. And by the way, if this is your first time here, put a 1 in the chat. If you've seen me many times, put an 8 in the chat. Put a 1 if you're first time seeing me. Put an 8 if you've seen me more than once. 8 is infinity. 1 is God. So go ahead, put it in. So the thing that I want to impress upon you is that you can do LinkedIn a lot. There's a lot of things you can do on LinkedIn. But if you want to be real successful, you need the right strategy. You need the right strategy because the right strategy will save you a decade. And I love teaching people strategy. It's one of the things that I love doing very much. Unfortunately, for many people, they can't afford to invest in a coach. You know what I mean? Coaches can be really expensive, especially one-on-one coaches. So I've had people that have hired me and have paid me thousands of dollars a month to coach them and support them. The beauty with the internet and with Zoom is that I can coach many people at a time. So instead of charging $50,000 to $100,000 to coach someone individually, I would charge, let's say, $10,000 to coach them as a group. We have a $10,000 coaching program called the Evergreen Networking System. Now, the beauty is today, I want to be able to make that system available to you guys at no cost on me. I want to make that system available on me at no cost. If you're into and you want to learn, just say, I want to learn. If you're into that and you want to be able to access that, and I can tell you how to access that. There is one catch: you'd have to pay for software and you'll get an entire system at no cost. But if you want to learn, just write, I want to learn. I don't know that everybody wants to learn LinkedIn, that wants to learn how to do what Latha did, which is bring, I don't know how many people are here, but dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people are here live with us today because of what Latha learned. And that's a big deal, because when you are the host of an event, when you are the leader and you create blessings in other people's life, you can get anything you want in life as long as you get other people, as long as you help enough people get what they want in life. I'm a big believer of that. So this is what LinkedIn looks like. This is what LinkedIn looks like. And look how many people want to learn here today. I love this. I love that you guys came and you're ready to learn. This is very, very significant, very important. And if you're new here and you just came here, put your LinkedIn URL in the chat. If you don't have LinkedIn, put your email in the chat so people can connect with you. I believe that every opportunity for networking is important. If you already put your LinkedIn URL in the chat, feel free to put it in again so that the new people that just arrived here, because it looks like we grew the group by double since we started talking. So if you put it in before, put it in again, copy and paste it in again. I want to see at least 40 LinkedIn URLs in the chat. And the way that you access your LinkedIn URLs, you go here, and if nothing more, you came here and connected with someone powerfully and you got a new connection. I want everyone here to do this. You just go to your LinkedIn profile, copy the URL, and then paste it in here, and then paste it in the Zoom so that everyone can access it, everyone can connect with you. And if you just came here and got one new connection, it can turn into a referral. People that want referrals usually want to give referrals as well. So those are the best people to connect with in general on LinkedIn. A lot of people, they're on LinkedIn, but they're not really engaged on the platform. So if you came here and received 40 new connections or even 4 new connections, that is a win in my book. That's a big win in my book, in my opinion. Now, if I go to my network over here and I click on my network on LinkedIn, on the left side, you look, I'm solid. I'm full. I have 30,000 connections. I can't get additional connections unless I remove connections. And I wanted to add Kristen as my connection because I just met her this weekend, and she's a podcast host, an amazing entrepreneur. She does retreats. And so I wanted to add her, so I went to go delete some Kristens, and I couldn't find any Kristens that I could delete because all the Kristens I was connected to were freaking awesome. So so I had to delete other people, but it's just so incredible how many unbelievable people I'm connected to here on LinkedIn. I have 30,000 of them, so that's really powerful. So as I connect with more people, I have to remove people in order to connect with people. That's kind of like where I'm at, the game that I'm playing. And if I click on my network, as a result of the work that I've been doing for a decade and the work that we teach over here, I have over 1,000 people waiting to connect with me here on LinkedIn, as you can see. And I want to connect with many of these people. Unfortunately, I can't connect with too many of them because I'm limited. So I have to be very picky. So, for example, this guy, Ian, I want to prioritize. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go to my network and I'll search for the different Ians that are in my network. And then once I search for the Ians that are in my network, I'll remove some of the Ians and I'll add that Ian. And one of the things that I love to do is connect deeply with people. Like, for example, this guy over here, let me click on message. I clicked on message so that it opens up in a new tab. And as you can see, I said, thanks for connecting with me on LinkedIn. Looking forward to getting to know you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add evyAI to Chrome. And the way that I do that is press add evyAI to Chrome. I'm going to remove it from Chrome. I'm going to hit remove. Then I'm going to add it just like this, hit add. And that's how you add a Chrome extension. And that little Chrome extension sits on the side. I pin it by clicking on the little pin icon. And once I pin it, I can open it. And once I open it, it sits on the side of my browser here just like this. And if I click on the little home button on the top right corner, I have the opportunity to create content, to save profiles, to use templates, and many other things here. So I'm going to click on templates, and it's going to load up all my templates. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click back into messaging, and I'm going to message this guy, Nicholas, and I'm just going to click on this little up arrow. Once I click in here, I can click on this up arrow. And what this up arrow will do is it will inject the message here. And I'm going to type in Nicholas, have you seen evyAI yet? We built an AI assistant. You see that? So I just sent him this. And he had a little green dot next to his name. That means he was using LinkedIn right now, which is really powerful. I absolutely love sending people messages, connecting with them, getting to know them, building relationships with them, especially if I haven't communicated with them in some time. Um, looking at what they do for a living, seeing if there's an opportunity. I see he's in New York. I click on contact info here. Sometimes it'll give me his phone number. In this case, it did not give me his phone number. What I can also do is I can save him to evyAI by clicking on the Save Profile button over here. And then once I save his profile into evyAI, it'll come up under my Save Profiles here. And then when I click on Save Profile, I can use an agent. I can deploy an agent to start researching him and tell me everything that there is to know about him on the internet. You see that? It gives me his professional summary. And in real time, I can pull up many different AIs. I have, Copilot and Perplexity and Claude and U.com and many others. And as you can see, it scours the web, finds out information, and often it'll also give me the person's phone number. So if I have his phone number, I can simply just give him a buzz using a client relationship management program. And then, you call somebody and you build a relationship with them. And, I'm a very big fan of calling people on LinkedIn and getting to know them. Why do I do that? Why do I call people? Because, people want to have a
This
relationship
call
with
will
you.
be
Hello,
recorded for quality
Brianna.
purposes.
Leave a voicemail after the beep. Thanks. Bye.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Nick, this is Joe Apfelbaum. Hope you're doing well. I was reaching out to some of my LinkedIn connections that I've been connected to for some time. You can reach back out to me at 917-865-7631. I see you work with Compass. We've trained a lot of Compass agents on how to use LinkedIn to get more clients and more exposure. I also see that you're really good at social media strategy, email marketing, SEO, and all types of really interesting things. So I just wanted to talk about the digital marketing strategies that you found most effective for brokers in the shifting real estate market. And I also wanted to talk about the campaigns that you specialize in. So if you have a moment, give me a call at 917-865-7631. I want to talk about how digital marketing shaped the way that you approach real estate marketing compared to traditional methods. If you have a moment, give me a call back. I'd love to chat with you. By the way, I'm also in New York, and I'm connected to Boris, one of the top agents. So if you're looking to connect with more agents and you're looking to do marketing with agents, let's have a chat. 917-865-7631. I also sent you a message on LinkedIn, so check that, and we'll talk soon. My name is Joe Apfelbaum, and I hope you have a blessed day. Boom. The last time I did that, a guy named John from Tampa called me back the next day, and he became a client. And he has 100 people in his firm that he needs to sign up to my services. Did you guys notice what I just did? Did you guys notice what I just did? Not only did I use an AI agent to find his phone number that was not available on LinkedIn, I didn't have to Google search. I just clicked a button. I clicked 3 different agents. One agent didn't find anything. Copilot found his phone number. Do you guys understand? Different agents have different access to different information. You guys have unlimited access, unlimited agents, unlimited technology, unlimited meetings, unlimited everything. I'm about to give you guys a deal for a few $100s a year to have access to everything. So if you're interested in that, including the $10,000 training program, including our community with over 1,000 engaged LinkedIn users, just write interested in the chat. If you're not interested, I won't even mention it, and we can just keep learning. But if you guys really want to go deep and get what Latha got, just say interested, and we'll give you access to it. If you're not interested, no problem, no harm. It's not for everybody. I don't want all 1.2 billion people on LinkedIn to make me crazy. I want people that are going to use it. I want people that are going to be impacted, and I want people that are ready to receive the blessing. This is not for people that want to reject it. You have to be ready to accept referrals. You have to be ready to do the work. When I was trained as a rabbi, one of the things that I was taught is that man was born to toil. If you want to really feel fulfilled in life, it's not about relaxing and enjoying pleasure. Yes, pleasure is fun, but it's about working hard. It's about having progress instead of pleasure. True happiness comes from progress. So if you want progress, you got to take action, because you are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. You are what you do continuously. let that just marinate for you. And write this, if you're taking notes, write this down. I am what I do. You're not what you say. You are what you do as a result of what you say. Because saying and not doing is lying. I want you to have integrity. Integrity doesn't mean morality, doesn't mean religion. Integrity means doing what you say. Keeping your word. That's why there's a concept called abracadabra. As I speak, I create. You can only create from doing. You can only create from doing. And sometimes speaking is powerful, but only if it follows up with doing. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. Rick, go ahead, unmute yourself. Share something nice about Latha.
Hey, Joe, thank you. Latha, thank you for hosting this event. You are such a giver, and there are so many things I love about you, and I'm learning so much today. But I love that you're an inquisitive, curious learner, and you're a lifelong learner. And one of the many things I loved about you when I first met you in Joe's community, by the way, was that you ask the questions that everybody else is thinking. And so you're probably learning at a much faster rate because you're not afraid to ask questions and then listen and learn from others. And I just want you to know I appreciate you. I love you. I've learned from you. And what a great event. Congratulations. And Joe, thank you for letting me be a part of the community where I meet awesome people like Latha. That's one of the valuable pieces of this product is that you have a community associated with it where the price of that is, it's just priceless. I can't even tell you how valuable that is for me. Thank you.
Can I respond, Joe?
Please.
Thank you so much, Rick. I learned a lot from you. You have a lot more experience in evyAI and how to use LinkedIn than me. I'm grateful to you. You met with me, you spent time with me, and I would love to learn. That is true, but you are a great giver too. I love you, Rick.
Thank you, Latha.
There's a whole love fest going on here, guys. Type in love fest in the chat if you're enjoying the love fest, because I'm enjoying it. Gurgana has a question, has a hand up. Gurgana, you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not a question. Hi, Latha. I made it. I actually know Latha from another community, and I'm here to support her. I'm really thankful that she invited me.
Thank you.
And I know her from, as I said, from this other community, but she's lovely. She's such a warm person. I am very happy that I met her, and I'm very happy that I joined you today.
Thank you for being here.
For
That's
inviting
really
me.
kind.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you for supporting Latha. Thank you for being here. This is really, really lovely. I love what's going on over here. So Latha has a special link that you guys could use. Latha, do you happen to have your affiliate link handy by any chance? You're muted, so
Which one is that? Affiliate or bundle?
yeah, affiliate bundle. That's the one that
Okay,
you
let
should.
me find that. Thank
Yeah,
you. I
find the
didn't think
affiliate
about
link. Yeah, no, it's important for you to use your link.
Oh, sure.
But anyone that signs up from today, Latha's going to get credit for that. And just so you know, Latha, anyone that refers business to our business, we want you guys to to have a financial incentive to do it and to make money off doing it. We had somebody else bring 10 people in to our community, and he's going to get paid double what he paid for the program for the next 3 years. So it just kind of like pays for itself. It's a little payback for bringing people in. It's not a ton of money, but it's a good amount of money. It's enough money that it kind of just be like, wow, not only am I in here, but I got to bring more people in here, and I'm making back double whatever I invested in initially. So that's kind of like a nice little bonus. So if you guys are interested in joining, Latha's gonna grab her affiliate link in a second and send you something. You know, I'm not the biggest expert in the world. I'll be the first person to tell you. I'm just a person who loves to learn and loves to reverse engineer and loves to ask questions. And one of the things that I tell everyone is that you got to learn from people that know more than you. If someone knows a little bit more than you got to learn from them. So what I do is I find the top LinkedIn influencers that are studying the algorithm, that are pouring in hundreds of hours into learning the LinkedIn algorithm, and then I just interview them. That's what I do is I talk to them. And I brought together 1,500 people in February, and I interviewed 9 LinkedIn influencers for 4.5 hours. That's what I did. I asked them questions. I said, tell me what the secrets are. What are the secrets? And the event didn't cost anything. We didn't charge anything. The replay is hundreds of dollars to access the replay because we need to pay for like the people who edited it and the hosting of the website and the hosting of the learning management system, whatever. So we charge for that. For anyone that signs up for the bundle right now, and Latha just put the link in the chat, for anyone that signs up for the bundle, it's a few $100s a year. You get unlimited posts, unlimited messages, unlimited comments, and I'll show you how it works in just a moment. For anyone that signs up to the bundle right now, click on that link, put your email in. If the claim deal button's available, click claim deal. It might not be available anymore, but if you can still get the deal, get it now. It's a few $100s. Sign up now, and I will give you as a bonus access to the 4.5 hours of training from the top LinkedIn influencers. No extra charge. So instead of paying extra for that, you get that as a bonus. On top of that, you're just paying for evyAI Pro, which it comes with those 6 little agents that you saw below that help scour the web and find out everything about any LinkedIn profile. On top of that, you will also get access to our Evergreen Networking System, which is our $10,000 program. We do 2 hours of live coaching every single month. We have accountability every single week. If Evan was here, he would tell you how amazing the accountability meeting is. Barbara, do you attend on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. sometimes? I know Rick does, Latha does, and many other people do.
I do.
Oh, Mike, do you want to share a little bit about the accountability meeting and what it does for you, part of the Evergreen Networking System?
I take an hour of my time out, and they talk about accountability, but it's more or less of a discovery for me, because that really, during that whole time, people are exchanging ideas. They're talking about some of their wins, some of their challenges, whatever it is. But I always, always, always pick out one gem out of that 1 hour, which is well worth it, from that standpoint. So Evan does a masterful job on this, gets everybody involved. And even if you just sit back and listen, you're going to learn so much from what everybody else's experience is. All the, Rhonda Shear, she has so many great tips on everything. She's there every day. Rick's there. He'll teach you everything that he knows, which a lot of times is most of the class, but he gets it going. But it's a wonderful group to be involved with.
Really powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Deb said she attends. Deb, do you want to quickly just share what you get out of it when you attend, if you're open to it, if you can?
Sure. Hi. Sorry, I'm having some air conditioning work done in back of me. So every Tuesday I learn something new. And from my perspective, in any kind of a class, if you learn one new thing, that's worth its weight in gold because you didn't know it before. It's also very nice to have the people to talk to. You feel like you're not alone. Latha and I have formed a relationship where we talk with some frequency. And you learn things not just about LinkedIn. It goes beyond LinkedIn. You learn things about business in general. People have really good tips. And also for some people, I'm not saying me, but for some people who are solopreneurs, they don't really get to talk to a lot of people that they're not necessarily are their clients. So for them, it's like a really nice social exposure as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Deb. Really appreciate that.
Sure.
All right. So let's dig into LinkedIn a little bit more. If you guys already purchased the bundle and evyAI Pro as part of this deal, just write I'm in, I purchased it, or I'm in, or something like that, so that I know that you guys already got it just now as a result of this session so far, because I know a lot of you were interested in it. So just let us know so we can highlight you and we can onboard you and show you some things. But let me just quickly show you some benefits. As a bonus, on top of what we already are giving you, if you sign up right now, we're going to help you create this business networking one sheet. Check this out. This is how you educate people to refer business to you. You see this? This is about Joe Apfelbaum, my current projects, who I want to meet, how to introduce me, and my skills, experience, and passions. And this is powerful. I have over 4,000 people that have looked at this, over 170 people that liked and commented on this. And, we teach you how to get over 100 likes on this and how to feature it on your profile so that everyone can find this, see this, download it, and refer business to you. And my entire business that has 20,000 users in 37 countries around the world is basically all from referral. That's what it's from. And so I want you to be able to make $100,000 in profit this year. You're going to do that by getting the right strategies, the right technologies, and the right network. And we'll support you along the way. Hold your hand. You've heard from many, many people. The most important thing you need if you want to be successful in business is not just the right people, not just the right technology, but you need to have a strategy. So one of the things that we teach in the Evergreen Networking System is this strategy right over here. This is our strategy: branding, building, and booming. In branding, you have the plan, you have the people, you have the promise. The plan, the people, the promise. That's branding. You need a right business plan, marketing plan, and LinkedIn plan. You need the right centers of influence and the right ideal customers that you're connected to. And you need the right messaging. How do you create the perfect messaging and the perfect value proposition? And with our AI, we'll create that whole entire thing for you. We'll walk you through the process. In less than an hour, you'll have the whole thing done. Then it's about building, coming up with your stories, developing your presence, and using the right automation technology to help you do incredible things. And I'm going to show you some things that I do on a regular basis that you can implement right away. And then it's about getting exposure, building credibility. And at the end of the day, you're going to close deals when you have conversations. Latha has as many conversations as she wants right now because she uses the methods that we teach. And I showed you one method today, but there are many, many other methods to have conversations. I want to have 5 conversations every day, 20 a week, 80 a month, which is 1,000 a year. If you have 1,000 conversations a year, and you'll definitely make $100,000 a year. I want you to think about that for a second. How many conversations do you want to have? I want to have 5 a day. I'm committed to 5 a day. How many conversations do you want to have every day? By the way, this weekend I had 160 conversations. I was at a conference in Detroit. That's a lot of conversations. I had 100. That's why my voice, you hear my voice, it's a little, if I try to do my trumpet, it doesn't work. That's how I know my voice needs to rest. If I try to do the trumpet, it doesn't work. La, 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 la. You hear that? I can't. It's not working because I had 160 conversations in a weekend. I took 91 selfies. I have 44 people that I went deep with. And I have one $5 billion client opportunity in Seattle from a major company that can generate $10 million in recurring revenue in my business. I manifested that by going deep, by being meaningful, by being strategic, by following the process of the plan, the people, and the promise. I knew what to say to the right people. There were 1,100 people there. I didn't need 1,100 people. I needed the right one person to identify, to go deep with for a $10 million a year opportunity. Do you understand what I'm saying? From 1,100. So it's the same thing with LinkedIn. There's 1.2 billion people. Who are the right 1,000? And then who's the right one for today that you're going to build a relationship with and close as a client so that you could impact deeply and so that you can make a big difference? So if you got one new client this year, how much revenue would you generate in your business? For me, it could be 180,000. For you, what could it be? What could one new client in your business? Let's talk dollars and cents right now. Because if it makes dollars, it makes sense. Am I right? If it makes dollars, it makes sense. So if you got one new client in your business, one new ideal client, how much money would you make? I want to see it in the comments. Go ahead, pop it in. I want to see some numbers. Let's talk real money. Some people get scared to talk about money. If you're scared to talk about money, put a little picture of a sad face in the chat if you're scared of money. I'm not scared of money. Money's my friend. Money likes me. Money comes to me. I want you to say that. Money likes me. Money comes to me. Money's my friend. Money's a conduit. Money likes me. Money comes to me. Money's my friend. Say it. Believe it. Breathe it. Let it flow through your veins. Rick said one new client, $250,000. Cedric said 5 to 10K. Love that. Go ahead, 5 to 10K. Put some money in the chat. Guys, come on. Put in how much money can you make from one new client? I want to see it. One new client, you get one new client. How much money could you make? Go ahead, put it in the chat. Would love to see it. How much money could you make? One new client. Christina said 20,000 to 30,000. Love it. Love it. Honey, I hope you took a screenshot of the participants list. You always do. Good job. So one of the powerful things you can do is know your plan. If you don't know your plan, you're not going to know these numbers. This is your business plan. This is part of your business plan. And you might say, oh, Joe, how does buying software teach you your business? Dude, this is part of it. This is part of our $10,000 program. We walk you through step by step. How do you come up with your number? How do you come up with your offer? Like all that stuff is included. So we'll help you. We'll walk you through step by step, and we'll give you what typically people will pay $10,000 to $100,000. You'll get it all included for a few $100s. You just have to take the offer right now. You have to receive this blessing. I want you to receive the blessing. Take the offer. Get the technology. Get the community. Get the strategy. Get the support. We meet every day, by the way. We have office hours every single day. If you're not sure how to use it, you're not tech savvy, or if you have no time, this will save you a ton of time. Let me show you how I save a ton of time. Watch this. I'm going to share my thing here. I'm going to pull it up. So I have a list of people that are saved into evyAI. I have lists. So for example, I have something called EANYC. This is a group that I'm part of. I pay $6,000 a year to be part of this group. We have 80 members. Everyone does over $5 million a year in revenue. So what I do is I click on this little button here, and it opens up all their posts. Now, what I can do is I can go in here, put a keyboard shortcut in, and a comment appears in the comments. Do you see that? Can you guys see that a comment appeared in the comment box when I just pressed a keyboard shortcut? I pressed Alt-G on my Windows machine. It's Command-G or something on Mac, or Option-G. So now I press comment, and now I just left a thoughtful comment. Now, I'm one of two people that left this $5 million a year company, architect, CEO, principal. He does $5 million a year. He does luxury architecture. He spent $7,000 for me to train a few of his team members last year, just for a few trainings. This guy's an amazing dude, an amazing client, and I want to go deeper with him. But I can't go deeper with him unless I stay in front of him. Top of mind is extremely important. I was just top of mind with very little effort. Do you see how much little effort I did? I was top of mind with him. Now I have a list of all these other millionaires, and I can pull up their recent posts with a click of a button. You see that? I can pull up their recent posts with a click of a button. I can drop a comment. I can see I already commented on this one. This is a Vistage chair. A Vistage chair is a chair for companies that are over $5 million in annual revenue. And I want to be top of mind with him. I want him to remember me. So what do? I go into his comment box. Instead of thinking about what to say and using that energy for that, what I do is I simply push a button, a comment appears, I tag him, and I move on. Very little effort on my end, but a lot of reward. That's called leverage. That's called, if you want more leverage in your life, write leverage in the chat. That's called leverage. Using technology is leverage. Write leverage in the chat if you're into leverage. I'm into leverage. I leverage a network. I leverage technology. I leverage a strategy. I leverage God. I leverage the universe. I leverage what's available around me. You could work harder, or you could work smarter and harder. You guys get what I'm saying? You can't just sit there and just put more effort in and not focus on sharpening the saw. Because I think it was Stephen Covey that said in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, put in a 7 if you've read the book. Put in need 7 if you need to read the book. The last habit is sharpen the saw. What does sharpen the saw mean? Sharpen the saw, he says if you got 6 hours or 8 hours to cut down a tree, let's say we work 8 hours, you got to cut down the tree. Cut down the trees, get a client, right? You got 8 hours to cut down a tree, and you're sitting there cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. What if you spend 15 minutes sharpening the saw? What do you think would happen? Instead of cutting the tree in 8 hours, you cut it in 2 hours. You get what I'm saying? Because you have a sharp saw. Why do you think when they're cutting steak, they use that sharpening thing? And then they cut the steak. Because it would take them forever to cut the steak with a dull saw, with a dull knife. How do you sharpen the saw? You learn a new strategy. You use technology. You leverage your network. Simple as that. Cold calls, they suck. I hate cold calls. I don't like cold calls. You know what I like? I like warm calls. And you know what I like more than warm calls? I like hot calls, boiling hot calls. Not hot coals. Although I've walked on hot coals in a Tony Robbins event 3 times. And I yelled, cool moose, cool moose, cool moose while I was doing it. Has anybody been to a UPW? Write UPW in the chat. If you've been to one, you know what I'm talking about. Really powerful. I'm going to show you a few more things. Really powerful things. By the way, if you already bought the bundle during this session or ever, just write got the bundle so that I know that you got the bundle. Congratulations on getting it. If you're in. If If you got the bundle, just say got the bundle in the chat. And this way I know that you got all the deals available to you, and that we can support you. That's really the key. We want to support you. We want to help you. We want to make a difference for you. Let me show you something else. Let me show you something really awesome. So I go in here. I go to evyAI.com. I click login. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Rick. You guys got the bundle. Well done. So check this out. On the left side, I'm going to click on Idea Generator. Idea Generator. I clicked on that. Miles Ross said got the bundle. Congratulations, Miles. So check this out. I'm going to go in here. I can pick a persona. These personas is how you train AI to know your voice. So I'm going to put in my own Joe Apfelbaum voice. Instead of being sincere, I'm going to be philosophical. I'm going to set my goal as educational. Educate people on the power of workshops. I'm going to press generate ideas. So it's going to come up with some ideas related to workshops. Okay, so I got all these different ideas here. Do you see that? I got 4 ideas in 3 seconds. I'm going to pick this one over here, and I'm going to press generate post. When I hit generate post, look what's going to happen. It's going to write up a post. It's going to have a hook, main points, call to action, and hashtags. This is what we teach in our course, how to write the perfect post. But now it does it for you, but at least you know if you're going to do it manually too or edit it, you need a hook, main points, call to action, and hashtags. And this is done in an era where only constant true power of workshops emerges as a beacon of hope in organizations. Workshops are not merely events in a calendar. They're transformative experiences that cultivate the culture of continuous learning and adaptability. You see that? Now, if I want to change, instead of being philosophical, I want to be reflective, I can hit regenerate. I'm going to change to being reflective now. Let's just see what happens. As I change to be reflective, within a few seconds, now that it changed. If instead of being educational, I want to kind of shift and change to something else, I can shift and change to something else. This is extremely powerful technology that you guys will have unlimited access to as often as you like, using any LLM you want. You want to use Grok, Gemini, Claude. You can use anything within our system. And you could use it also on the side panel on any website as well. So that's the power of this. Okay, questions. I'm going to take some questions. I showed you how to write a post, right? I showed you how to comment. I showed you how to send a DM. I showed you how to use a template. I showed you how to make a phone call. I showed you how to use AI research. Right? Did I show you guys that? I showed you guys all that jazz. I want to know, what's stopping you from being successful? What's your challenge? Do you not have enough time? This solves that problem. But like, is it time? Is it strategy? Is it you don't have the right people, the network? Is it that you don't have money? Maybe you're like, I don't have any money. You know what I tell people that say they don't have money? You don't need more resources to be successful. You need to be more resourceful. If you need a car to drive Uber, figure out how to get a car to drive Uber. Figure it out. Sometimes it means borrowing your neighbor's car. I don't know who would lend their neighbor's car, but figure it out. You find a way. There's a way. If there's a will, there's a way, right? That's what they say. If there's a will, there's a way. I'm not telling you to invest billions of dollars. A few $100s a year to get access to technology and strategy and everything else. So what is holding you back from jumping in today? I'm curious to know. If you haven't done it and you're new here, what's holding you back? Go ahead, Becky.
Yep. What is LinkedIn doing to make groups get more visibility and to make groups more active? Groups used to be really good, and now you post something in a group and nobody pays any attention to
Groups
it.
are worthless. Groups are completely worthless, and they will continue to be worthless. LinkedIn is not making any effort into groups at all. Groups are archaic. The only reason you would join a group is to know who's part of it so that you can mine a list. That's the only reason you would join a group. There are a few
Groups can
groups.
provide face-to-face networking and video chat and video meetings like this one if they could be used properly. So
Yeah, but
LinkedIn's not doing anything
they're not.
to help groups.
And
Okay, I
they're
just
going to
wanted to know.
continue. Yeah, they're going to continue not to do anything. And that's why we offer a different group technology called School to our users. And that group technology is very effective. Very, very effective. And people are using it, and it's gamified and everything. So I would recommend joining our School community so that you could learn how it works and how to use groups in different ways. WhatsApp groups work really well. I recommend people learn how WhatsApp works, and WhatsApp groups, those were very, very effective. But LinkedIn groups are not effective. They don't work well at all. So I don't recommend them. And LinkedIn is not
Well, you would think that they would start doing something about it, though. You would think.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to. And I spoke to their product management team. LinkedIn hires me to work with them and support them, and I train their team and I meet with them and so on. So like they're not doing anything with groups really. Groups is not a priority. What they are doing stuff with is video.
And underutilized because there are groups on other platforms and they work quite well.
Yes, groups on other
And
platforms.
not WhatsApp either.
Yeah, groups on other platforms work well, but you know, one of the things that I always tell people is video is extremely, extremely powerful. Do you guys currently in the chat let me know, are you leveraging video or need to leverage video? Let me know in the chat if you're leveraging video or do you need to leverage video. I have lots of different videos, and I can show you how I upload a video to LinkedIn. So if I'm going to share my screen.
What does work? Yeah. Putting in the...
Let me just share my screen and show you. So I have this video right over here. You see this little video? I'm going to play the video real quick.
What does work? Yeah. Putting in the work and really getting to know someone. So somebody sends me a message, Joe, do you need SEO? Do you need social media? Do you need web design? They don't know that I have a marketing agency for 17 years because they didn't take the time to even read my profile. Right. So I'll often reply to them and say, what's your favorite color? And they're like, I don't get it. Instead of taking, start giving. I believe that the secret to living is giving.
So that's a cute little video, right? That video is 41 seconds. So I'm going to download this video from... right now it's in Drive, so I'm going to press the download button. It's going to scan for viruses. It's going to say can't scan for viruses. I'm like, okay, it doesn't have a virus. That's fine. Now that it downloaded the video, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to hit new post. I'm going to say,
what does work? Yeah. Putting in the work and really getting to know someone. So
I'm going to say the following. The secret to living is giving. I truly believe that it's not about just taking. It's about giving. But there's also the art of receiving, which means that if someone blesses you, receive the blessing. Be comfortable with receiving. Let me ask you a question. What type of blessing would you like in your life? So do you see the way I just said that? And I hit generate. And let's just see what evyAI does with this particular statement that I made. Okay, so now I'm going to press copy. But here's the other side of the coin, the art of receiving. So this is kind of like what we spoke about today, right? So I'm going to click on home. I'm going to click on video. Then I'm going to select the video I downloaded from Drive that was edited with artificial intelligence. And I'm going to press paste. And then I'm going to say, like this post if you found value. Let's continue important conversation. If this resonates, I encourage you to know what blessings are you ready to receive. I'm going to delete this like this post if blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to put just community. And I'm going to press post just like that. So I just posted a video on LinkedIn. By the way, how long did it take me to do that? I'm curious to know, how long did it take me to do that? Did you guys notice? Mike, go ahead. Mike has his hand up.
Yeah, I noticed that you had tags on there, and I've read somewhere where the tags in the post aren't very effective.
The reason why I have tags in the post is, check this out. If I'm going to copy this link to the post, one of the reasons I have it is because all the tags become the URL. So give back, personal growth, and community become the URL. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I do it, to make the URL sexy. That's one thing, one reason to do it. Reason number 2 to use tags is when you click on the tag, it shows you all the posts that are in that tag, and then you can search. People sometimes search for that particular hashtag, and then you can come up in the search. Those are really the reasons why I use, the 2 reasons why I use the tag. To come up in the search for people that search the hashtags, and people aren't searching hashtags. And also for people that are, those are really the reasons why. And for formatting the post. But other than that, there's no other reason to really use it. Because
you were saying, and I remember you saying that if you do a newsletter or a article, that actually gets rated on Google too.
Correct.
Where posts do not.
Yes, correct. Posts typically do not, but sometimes they do. But don't just add 1 million hashtags because it's not great. But people still search hashtags. So I do recommend using them, but don't do what this guy's doing over here. This guy's not going to get any engagement really on his stuff unless he promotes it like crazy. But, But you do see I'm clicking on hashtags and they're going places. So it still has value, but it doesn't have a ton of value. It just has the value that I shared, which is it formats your URL. And when you click on it, it kind of works. And I just shared by the way, I shared the post in the comments of the Zoom. So click on that post I just created, like it, leave a comment on it, and let me know what type of blessing you want. I want to receive a blessing to make $100 million this year. That's my blessing. That's the blessing that I want. What blessing? And by the way, say amen. Thank you. So leave a comment. Leave a comment. Leave a comment on that post and let me know what type of blessing you want. I'm curious to know what type of blessing you want in your life. And then I'll check out your stuff and see what's cooking. So that's the power. 1,000 people are going to see this post over here. 1,000 people are going to see this post. So learning how to be able to leverage LinkedIn is extremely important. And most people are just not properly using the platform. Now you see this guy, David? This guy, David, he just shared a photo of me and him last night at this event that I went to. I took my son to a 2.5-hour event in Crown Heights. And now I'm going to comment on his post over here. And I'm going to say it was great connecting at the Huddle event. The energy and insights are shared, blah, 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 blah. It's amazing. But do you see the way I just left a comment? It didn't take me a ton of time to do that. You see? He tagged a bunch of people, left a bunch of hashtags, and used my photos. He texted me this morning. He sent me a WhatsApp message saying, Joe, I noticed you took photos, and I didn't take any photos. And I'm ashamed that I didn't take any photos, and I want to post on LinkedIn. Can you send me your photos? I sent him 17 photos and videos this morning while I was on my run. And then he went and used that on LinkedIn. Pretty cool, right? And I came up in my mentions. Mike, thank you for the amen in the chat. Becky said, feed the platform what you want to connect and see more of. It's like any other social media. Correct. All right, what did we learn today? And in our last minutes here, I want to know, what did we learn today? What did we get from this? And how can we continue this blessing that we have together to be able to achieve success as a group? We have 1,000 engaged LinkedIn users in our community, and we'd love for you to be part of it. So if you're interested in joining, I highly recommend that you join. Speak to Latha. If you have questions still, Latha will reach out to you guys individually to ask you what your thoughts are. But if you join right now, you will get a bunch of bonuses, and we'll make those bonuses available for anyone that joins. So let us know if you're interested. What's the opinion on company pages? My opinion on company pages is they're great for branding. I highly recommend company pages. We actually have a company page, and I'll show you how it looks. If you go to linkedin.com/company/evyAI, that's our company page. I'm going to click on view as a member because I'm a manager of the page. So I click on view as a member. This is what it looks like. You see? This is what it looks like. So we have a posting party coming up. So if you guys like the company page, when you get a chance, go ahead and like that company page. We have 900 followers on our company page. Company pages are cool, but company pages don't get a ton of engagement on content because it doesn't show up on the feed. The posts are often not going to show up on the feed. But I do recommend that you do things on your company page on a regular basis. Posting regularly on your company page is important. And with evyAI, it makes it really easy to write a post for your company page. So I can show you how to do that real quick. You just go to your company page. I'm going to click on home on the company page right over here. I'm going to view as an admin. I'm going to click on create. It's going to say, what do you want to create? I'm going to create a post. Then I'm going to use a side panel right over here. This side panel helps you create content. In this case, I'm going to tell them I'm evyAI. You see the company page? Instead of sincere, I'm going to do persuasive. You want to have technology that will help you grow your business. Our technology will not only write your content, not only help you with your comments, but it'll also help you be able to research all your connections using agents that will scour the internet and help you succeed. I'm going to hit generate. It'll write up the entire post for me. once the post is written as evyAI, then I just insert the post like that. You see that? Okay, and I'm going to press post, and I just posted on the company page. I will click these three dots. I'm going to press copy link to post, and I'm going to paste it in here. You see that? So someone said the way to share your company page to show up on the feed is to share it. I don't think if you look at the feed, you're not going to see people sharing their company posts. You see people. That's what you see on the feed. You see this guy Darren. I see people. I don't really see company pages on the post. I follow a lot of company pages, and I don't see their content. I see people's content.
What I'm saying is, sorry to interrupt, but
No,
you
good.
just take the post that you did on your company page and you share it. You make a comment about it. It's that simple. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. But just so you know, it still doesn't come up on the feed much. So if I take a look at the stuff that people do, it's still not showing up. So my point is share from your personal page and your company page. The company page is branding. Personal pages is what's going to actually rank. So for everybody that's over here, if you want to be successful, the key is to take action every day. You want to get exposure, you want to get credibility, and you want to have meetings. And if you're looking for 5 meetings a day, 20 a week, 80 a month, 1,000 a year, we can help you do that. Join our next posting party on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We're going to have an amazing posting party where everybody likes and comments on each other's content and supports each other deeply. Also on Fridays, we have posting parties that Barbara hosts, and our community members are hosting events. Rick's hosting an event today, social proof party. So join the bundle so that you can have access to everything that we have to offer. evyAI Pro is really, really powerful, but if you get the bundle, you also get training and support and community and much, much more. So thank you very much for being part of this. Latha, thank you for hosting. Latha, what did you think of this session?
Oh, I'm so happy. And so many, around 42 people joined. That is really a big plus for me. I didn't think about it, but really worked. I'm so happy. And thank you all for joining today's session. And I'm sure you have learned something new. And if you are interested to join, I don't think you will think that you have made a mistake. This is really awesome. And I'm in so many other networking group, and some of them here are with me, but this is the best. This
Awesome.
is the best.
Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you guys again soon. God bless you. Bye.
Thank you.